You've heard the expression, it's not only what you say, but very much how you say it. Nowhere is that message communicated more so than in our Torah portion this week. The instruction is to Moshe, Emor, say to the Kohanim, to the priests, V'amarta, and you shall say to them. There are two immediate anomalies here. The first is the obvious redundancy in the wording, say and you shall say. The second is the choice wording, Emor, which translates to mean say, rather than the more common daber, which means to speak. In respect to the double expression, say you shall say, the sages explained the first is an instruction to Moshe, to Moses, that he shall say to the Kohanim, to the older priests. The second, and you shall say, is an instruction to those older priests, that they in turn shall pass on the message to the younger Kohanim, the younger priests. When the Torah employs the word speak, it implies hard speech. When it uses the word emor, say, it suggests soft speech. This opening verse is talking about a communication to priests, but at the same time is conveying a powerful and poignant message to every single one of us. We all have received messages, values, life lessons from the older priests, meaning from those who came before us, our parents, our teachers, etc. Ask yourself, which messages do you remember best? The ones that were forced down your throat, or those that were conveyed softly and sensitively? Which life lessons did you embrace more readily? The ones that were yelled at you, or the ones that were delivered with love? Much of the malice that we encounter in our modern day society is in no small measure on account of failure of individuals to communicate in a matter that can be readily absorbed by the receiving party. When a husband and wife no longer converse on the same level because they've forgotten how to speak with the same appropriate tenderness and sensitivity, then the relationship is doomed to failure. One of the foremost reasons for kids drifting from homes these days is because there is a lack of communication between parent and child. You know, it took so many years for society to wake up to the reality, to the threat of physical abuse. But still little attention is given to mental abuse inflicted by the vicious tongue unleashed against the more vulnerable. In fact, one of the leading causes of assimilation these days is in no small measure because of a lack of communication where educators have lost touch with how to convey the beauty and the sentiment, or simply are not capable of passing on spiritual or religious ideals in a sensitive, tactful, and meaningful manner. Then frankly, whatever their teachings will be lost on the tender soul. The greatest gift given to mankind is the power of speech. It is this unique trait alone through which intelligence is readily discernible and which sets man apart from the rest of creation. The opening line of the portion, say, soft speech, and you shall say, teaches you and me that whatever life goals and Jewish values were communicated to us, we must seek to pass on to the next generation. But in doing so, it should always be with love and sensitivity, because it's never really just what you say, but equally and sometimes even more so, how you say it.